What's up guys, I'm Phoenix Master 1 and welcome back to my unit review series for Fire Emblem Heroes. And today I'm going to be taking a look at Azura, the young songstress, and these are the topics I'm going to be discussing in this video. So let us begin.
Everybody's always picking on me.
Azura is a green maid singer and she's the first ranged dancer for free that we have got, which is a really good thing because all of the other ranged dancers are seasonal units which are really hard to get. And Azura is going to be really easy to get comparatively because she's going to be present in the heroic Grails eventually, so her availability is much better. Now because of being a range unit and also a singer, she takes double penalty on her BST, so she only has 140 BST, and her main role is to basically sing and provide support to her allies. But if a dancer or a singer can do another role, that obviously really helps. For example, Red Mage Micaiah, who's a dancer, is a pretty good unit because of her nuking potential and can check armor units and cavalry units. Obviously, Azura cannot provide utility anywhere close to that, but she has got pretty good attack for a dancer at base 33, and she also has a preferred tome, so she actually has pretty good attack for a dancer, that too a ranged dancer. Her speed is really low at base 29, but thankfully Book of Shadows does give her 3 more speed, and it also has -4 in combat debuff on speed, so Azura can actually be pretty fast with the help of that and her default slot A skill. She is extremely frail with that 17 defense, 25 resistance, and low 36 HP, but Book of Shadows is the real savior here. So it does provide her +3 speed, which is really necessary, and if Azura is adjacent to an ally, then she can inflict -4 debuff to all stats of a foe during the combat, and this is an in-combat debuff, meaning that it can stack up with visible debuffs from ploys and stuff like that. It's pretty similar in combat debuff to Julius's Lobtier Tome, and this really helps Azura a lot because her stat line is quite limited because of that 140 BST. Thankfully she has pretty good attack and does have workable speed with that +3 support from Book of Shadows, so it definitely makes Azura pretty good and definitely much better than someone like Performing Arts Inigo because of that. Her slot A skill is Speed Respawn, which helps with survivability, and it can actually help her reach 41 speed with the help of Book of Shadows debuff and also the +3 speed. And her slot B skill is Torrent Dance. It's not really all that good. It's a pretty bad skill. These dance skills aren't really all that good, especially these kinds of solo dance skills, but I can definitely see it being useful in some Grandeur battles and some free-to-play guides for increasing resistance of a unit like Legendary Ike. So it is going to be useful every now and then, but still Wings of Mercy is the ideal skill for a dancer or a singer. And overall, Azura is definitely one of the better free-to-play units that we have got, and having a preferred tome and also having pretty decent attack definitely helps a lot. And having more dancers is always really nice, especially for game modes like Squad Assault, Chain Challenge, Arena Assault, and now even Blessed Grounds. Having another dancer in your barracks for free is definitely fantastic, and I'm gonna be using her in my free-to-play guides. Her low bulk can be useful for manipulating the AI and also her green color. If you want to become like Julius and sacrifice little children, I guess you could do that and sacrifice Azura for Speed Respawn, which she comes at 4-star rarity, but don't come to me when her soulless eyes haunt you for the rest of your life. But yeah, this skill is honestly not really all that good compared to other bond skills, but now I guess it's a bit more useful because it can be comboed with Attack Defense Bond Sacred Seal, and you can basically get +5 to all of your stats if you're near an ally, so that's useful. You can certainly give this skill to someone like Sharina, who's a frequent bonus unit in Arena, and with the Fensaler Refine and Speed Respawn, she can get +10 speed, and resistance can definitely help you in your dragon matchups, and they are really common in higher tier Arena. And another way of using this skill is to use it on a unit who has got innate distant counter like a Lightning Breath Dragon, so resistance can be used productively there against range units, and you can definitely combo that up with Attack Defense Bond. And finally, with Owl Tomes, you can definitely use these bond skills.
I can do it!
Azura's first build is a budget build, and you just have to give her Attack Defense Bond. It's perfect with her slot A skill, and with the help of Book of Shadows, you can effectively get +9 to all of your stats during the combat, which is fantastic. And you definitely want to run Glimmer over Moonbow because Moonbow is not really all that good when you're going to be reducing the resistance of your enemy by 4 with Book of Shadows, and she does have pretty decent attack, so Glimmer can definitely work really well, and Wings of Mercy is the ideal skill for dancers. Her second build is a more expensive build with attack speed bond for having more offensive power, and having chill speed in slot B. So with the help of chill speed, she can definitely support her allies, but she can actually use this herself because you can stack that up with Book of Shadows debuff, because those are in combat debuff, and she can essentially have -11 speed debuff on an enemy, which is pretty fantastic. And the only problem with this skill set is that you're going to be lacking Wings of Mercy, and it's definitely pretty expensive skill set for a dancer. Her third build is a Blade Tome build, and because of having pretty good attack for a dancer, she can provide pretty nice damage output for your team with a Blade Tome, and if you run her on a tactic team, then she can be really powerful. But the only problem is that you're taking away her preferred tome, so she's definitely going to be pretty slow. Her fourth build is a Raven Tome build, using which she can check Reinhardt and Brave Lyn, as you can see by the calcs on your screen right now, and it's pretty similar stuff to Performing Arts Inigo, but she does have more attack and better resistance than Inigo, and she can be a pretty nice check to those units if you are in the score range where we face a lot of Brave Lyn and Reinhardt in Arena Assault, but in the higher tier arena they're not really all that common, so it's definitely more of a niche build at this point in the game. And her final build is definitely the high investment build, using the Green Infantry dual skill. So because of Heroic Grails, you can +10 merge her, and as a cheerleader she can provide you with the Wings of Mercy support and also the Sing support, but the problem is that Sing is only a 150 SP skill, so it's definitely going to be hurting your arena scoring.
Please, stand tall.
Wind Blessing is definitely the best one for Azura in my opinion, because all of the current legendary heroes for Wind are offensive units and they would really like to get the dance support or the sing support from Azura, and legendary Lucina is an amazing ally with Azura because she's got future vision, and with dance that does open a lot of options, and her distant guard can be pretty useful if you're running a Raven Tome build, and the speed boost which Lucina gives to Azura is obviously going to be really nice with Book of Shadows or in combat debuff, and will help her a lot in survival and also for doubling units. Gunthra can run ploys, and her Chilling Seal does stack up with Book of Shadows in combat debuffs for Azura, so that's going to be helpful. And finally, legendary Lyn can provide Azura with the speed tactic buff and also give her the attack boost, which is going to be helpful to her. But the problem is that both Lyn and Gunthra have got the same color as Azura, which can be troublesome. And if you do not have these legendary heroes, then I guess the next best option is to go with the Earth Blessing for having legendary Grima be an ally for Azura, and I guess even free legendary Ike, or you could even run Water Blessing on Azura and have Fiarm, because both Fiarm and Azura do like to be near each other to get the bond buff. And I guess those are the options in terms of free units. And Grima has been on the legendary banner so many times that it can be an option to increase Azura's speed.
Together.
Azura's best teammates are good offensive units who can wreak havoc with the help of Sing, and Ophelia is a fantastic teammate with Azura because she is a nuke, and because of the Mistletoe Tome, it does help her reduce the cooldown of her special by 1 because Azura is a magical unit, and debuffers like Aversa and Gunthra who can debuff a lot of stats of enemies are also good teammates with Azura because their debuffs do stack up with Book of Shadows, and they are themselves pretty good offensive units. And finally, buff bots like Corrin, Mar can be used if you want to use Azura more offensively, and Corrin with his Yato Refine can definitely help. And Odin can give the Link buff to Azura, and that can be really nice if she's running the Blade Tome build. Being such a frail unit, Azura is not really all that hard to take down, and mage tanks can easily crush her. Loki's staff is really effective on Azura on reducing her movement, because she's got pretty low HP, and common arena threats like Ira, Zelgius, Tiki will obviously be a really big problem for Azura. Now let's take a look at some of the reasons why you may or may not want to invest in Azura with your Heroic Grails. This is the new section which I've added in my guide, so let me know if you like it or not. So having a Singer as your cheerleader in an arena metagame where it's completely devoid of any sort of movement as a skill is going to be really helpful because you're not going to be running swap or reposition. You're definitely going to be running dual rally skills or even dual rally plus skills if you really are going after that score. So having Sing on a cheerleader is definitely going to be helping you maneuver your units much better. and Azura is the only accessible mergeable green dancer we have got, and all other green dancers are seasonal units and 5-star only. And some of the reasons why you may not want to upgrade her is mainly because she's got Sing. Now Sing is a 150 SP skill, so she scores 744 in arena compared to someone like plus 10 merged Linus that you can still have for free, and he can score 750 if you run a dual rally plus skill. Now obviously you can always run a dual rally plus skill on your Azura for getting that score, but it just defeats the purpose if you just remove Sing from a singer. It's not really all that fun to have a 150 SP skill on Azura. And another reason might be that you already have a plus 10 merged green unit who scores higher or same as Azura without requiring a dual skill, or if you want to invest into some other green free-to-play units like Halloween Dorcas or Linus. So that's gonna be it for this review. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, then please be sure to leave a like and let me know in the comments your thoughts on Young Songstress Azura, because this is a pretty unexpected free unit. Nobody was really expecting a ranged dancer with a preferred tome as a free unit, so let me know. And if you haven't already, then make sure to subscribe for more Fire Emblem Heroes content. And with that being said, I'll see you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.